On today's show, I'm going to do a couple of quick and easy desserts, and they're special for the fall and winter season. So the first is going to be apple dumpling roll-ups. You have to have 4 medium-sized apples, and I prefer using galas. And I have a wonderful apple corer, and let me show you how easy it is to get the skin off the apple. Now that I've chopped all the apples, I'm going to take a mixture of brown sugar and cinnamon and add it in. And just stir it. Now I'm going to make the dough mixture, and we have here flour and baking powder. That, and salt, and just whisk it all together. Now we take some butter, or as I have, butter substitute, and take and get it in so it's like small crumbs. The last thing you do is take some milk and drizzle it over all, and then you'll have a very sticky dough. And then you'll take and put it on a sheet 12 by 18 inches, and you'll roll it out. Make sure you flour the sheet or the board, and you'll have a nice sticky dough. Again, remember, it's 12 by 18 inches on a floured board or mat. You want to add the apple mixture and leave about a 1-inch margin. So go like so and spread it out, and then you're going to roll it up on the long side, and make sure that if there is some juice or liquid, try not to have it on the dough because you don't want it to rip. Then you carefully roll up the dough, and if it opens a little, just pinch it. The dough is very pliable. If it's a little sticky, just take a little flour along the edge and it'll pick it right up. You can make about a 1-inch cut and place it in a bake pan, pre-greased, so make sure the entire pan is greased. And I know I mentioned 12 circles, but you may even get more. It looks like I'll be getting more than 12, which is great. I'm squeezing a few in right at the end, and then I'll show you how I'll drizzle the sauce. I'm just going to show you a few simple ingredients for preparing the sauce that goes over each of the roll-ups. You take sugar and water, a few tablespoons of flour, a tablespoon of butter, margarine, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And just mix it up and let it simmer. And that's all there is to the roll-up sauce. Just take a little ladleful and pour it over each one. Not too excessive, and then you can drizzle some in the pan. And if you have a little bit extra, you just want to dot the base of the baked pan, you can do that, but less is best. You want to make sure that it comes out nice and crisp. Here we go for 45 to 55 minutes. Here's the finished product, and I'm going to take a few out and put them on a plate so you'll see how sturdy they are too. Okay, there's one, and there's just enough sauce so it's not overpowering. And then once you let them cool, which I will, and I think it would be better to do it on a rack, a cooling rack, so that they don't get soggy. Once it's completely cool, then you can really enjoy it. So there you have 3 of the apple roll-ups, and it's not hard to do. I hope you will delve in and try it. The dough is nice and soft, and between 45 and 55 minutes you can check it out, and you'll see how they're nice and crisp around the edges. As promised, the next treat for fall, winter, or any time is Grapenut pudding. And I'm just going to show you how simple this is. I have the Grapenut granules, and I'm going to add them to a 9x13 bake pan. And when you're through, just take and spread it around evenly. And now we mix all the ingredients. This is a quart of milk. I use skim milk. And then our family adheres to egg beaters, but 5 eggs will do. Then you have some sugar, pinch of salt, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then you mix this all up. You can whisk it. You can start to pour the liquid in slowly, and this goes in a 350-degree oven for about 45-55 minutes, and you'll check it with a knife, and if the knife comes out clean, it's done. Try to do it very lightly. You don't want heavy downpouring of the cinnamon, just light sprinkles. And now you're all set to put it in the oven. The Grapenut pudding has been in the oven for 50 minutes, and now I'm going to bring it over to the cutting board, and I will do a test to see if it's solidified and the knife comes out clean. So you put it right in, and as you see, nothing comes off on the knife. And now we're ready to let it cool, and then I will do the decos in the little parfait cups. So here goes the fun part. You take a plastic container, and I'm using the white plate so you can see it. And now I'm going to use different cookie cutters, and I'm going to make an indentation, and hopefully I'll be able to get it out and put the first round in the bottom, and take a little bit of Cool Whip, whipped cream, whatever you have that you feel comfortable with, and just put a little blob down, and then you can spread it in preparation for the second ring. That should be good. Now, I'm going to take one that is a little bit wider, and you don't have to be fussy with it, and take another circle and place it on top. Good. And squirt a little bit of whipped cream like so, and take and flatten it. And then you have one more. I have a larger circle, and that should fit on the top. Just turn it around and slide it under and place it right on the very top, and that will be plentiful. And then I'm going to take and just squirt a little bit like a deco and add a cherry. So there you have the very first parfait, and I think that you will find that you can get quite a lot from this tray. You can also do squares, but this Grapenut parfait is beautiful. I have the pleasure of videotaping the videographer enjoying the first parfait, and as you can see, he's really loving it. Thank you, Mr. Videographer.
You're welcome.
This last treat is very special and easy. The basic thing you need to begin with is a graham cracker crust. Break up the crumbs in preparation for a nice crust. Now I'm adding 1/3 cup of sugar to the graham cracker crumbs. And the last thing will be a few tablespoons of butter substitute, and get that in and mix it all up. Now take a pie plate, add the crumb mixture, and now you're going to try to spread it around evenly so you can bake it in a 350-degree oven for 9 or 10 minutes. Once you have the ingredients all mixed and in the pie plate, just go around with a measuring cup and just push it to the side, and you should have about 1/4 inch thickness all around. Yeah, that looks good. The pie crust is baked, and I'm going to set it aside. It's been cooled, and wait till you see the filling that's going to go into it. Here are the 4 ingredients that go into the pie. 2 egg whites. We have strawberries in a nice liquid, lemon juice, and sugar. That's all there is, and wait till you see what happens when I put it in the blender. Now all the ingredients are going to mix on medium speed for 20 minutes. And I'm going to watch it after 10 minutes. I might have to lower the speed. The 20 minutes are up, and you can see how it really thickened up. Now just transfer the mix into a big bowl, like so. And then you're going to add either, Cool Whip, whipping cream, and you're going to fold it in. There's Cool Whip, whipped topping. And what I do now is I take a larger spatula and I fold it over. You see how nice and sturdy the texture is, and the whipped cream or Cool Whip is mixed in with the strawberry mix, and you just keep filling it in, and eventually you'll shape it. And try to conceal the crust too. And then I'll refrigerate it and add some strawberries. It's better to let the filling settle in overnight, and then you can decorate the outer part of the Mile High pie. I froze the Mile High strawberry pie last night in this container, and it froze very well. And I started to add the decorations this morning, just thin slivers of strawberries. So you place them just a slight indentation because there's enough whipped topping to hold it in. And then I did a little deco on top. It's all ready to be cut. So here's the end result, a beautiful Mile High strawberry pie. And if you find that the pie is tilting slightly, you might want to lie it down. It will be a good idea to cut this before your guests arrive. So, hope you try it, enjoy it. I have a special guest on my show today. His name is Jim Ritza, and he may be familiar to a lot of you in the Wakefield community because he was the elementary school music teacher throughout all the schools, right, Jim?
Yes.
And Jim has been a fond viewer of Glow's Eatery, and this is one of the desserts he recommended I try.
Yeah. Well, your desserts are just beautiful.
Oh.
And I can't thank you enough.
Oh, I'm so glad that you're able to enjoy them.
Yeah.
And look forward to many more.